Hello everyone, how's everybody doing? Today we're talking about how to lose weight. So this is for you if you are somebody who wants to lose weight. Whether that be you want to lose 10 pounds or if you want to lose 100 pounds. Either way, I'm going to help you know exactly what you need to do every day so that you can start losing weight. All right, so if you are excited, put a yes in the comment section and let's get to this. So first things first, when it comes to how to lose weight, the first thing I want to cover is how to eat, because that's the number one priority. If we eat right, we're going to lose weight. So this is the first rule that I follow whenever I want to lose weight. Number one, we're going to eat 3 meals a day. You're going to eat 3 meals a day. Now we want to structure our meals like this. So all 3 of our meals, it needs to have 5 to 9 ounces of a protein on the plate with as many vegetables as you want. So let's first show you how to make sure you have the correct amount of protein. So number one, we're going to get a food scale. Now the rule I like to follow is for women, ladies can do 5 to 6 ounces of protein. Men should do 8 to 9 ounces of protein per meal. This way you're going to get enough protein so that you can build muscle and stay full so you don't end up snacking. This way you'll be able to lose body fat. All right, so this is how we make sure we have enough protein. You get your plate, you put it on a food scale, and then you get your cooked protein source. Now, protein sources could be chicken breast, chicken thighs, ground beef, ground turkey, turkey breast, shrimp, salmon, tilapia, cod, egg whites, eggs. All of these are different protein sources. So we're gonna weigh out 5 to 9 ounces of protein. I'm a man, so I'm gonna do 9 ounces of protein. I like to do 9 instead of 8 because the more protein, the better for me because it helps me stay full. I'm not hungry. So I weigh it out. There we go. This is 9.2 ounces of protein on the plate. I have 9 ounces of protein on my plate right here. You saw I just used a full scale. I weighed it out. Now I'm going to add some vegetables to the plate. And like I said, you can add as many as you want. I like to add a lot because it helps me not feel hungry. And this is how we want to structure all of our meals. If you look closely, you will see we have protein and vegetables. And if we can eat a meal that looks like this 3 times a day for breakfast, for lunch, and then again for dinner, you're going to lose weight. Even if you did nothing else, if you only ate this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you did no snacking, you would lose weight. Now, what makes it hard for us to eat like this? You know, some of you might say, hey, you know, like I like fast food, or I don't like vegetables, or chicken breast is dry. Who cares? Because I'm telling you, you could lose 3, 4, 5 pounds a week if you start eating like this. Right? It's worth it. So this is how we want to eat. This is rule number 1. Eat like this: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right. Now, if we want to snack on top of this, then I would say you should snack on fruit. I like to snack on strawberries or oranges. Those are my favorite snacks. And, you know, I'll do that. If I ever do want something really sweet, then I'll do a protein bar occasionally to kind of satisfy that sweet tooth. But I'll have like 1 or 2 protein bars a day. I try not to do more than that. Like, you should not be eating 5 protein bars a day on top of your meals because that can make you start to put on weight. All right, so now let's get back to the main meals. My go-to is chicken breast with mixed vegetables. If I ever get tired of doing chicken breast, then I will take away the chicken breast and replace it with ground beef or chicken thighs or fish or any other protein source that I feel like having. Sometimes I'll do half chicken breast. So I'll do 4 ounces of chicken breast and 5 ounces of chicken thighs. I'll mix and match the protein sources. Do anything to, you know, have some variety. Also, you can add different sauces. So I can add barbecue sauce, or I can add different seasonings to my food. Get creative that way. Okay. Can we eat this every day? Yes, you can eat this every day. Okay. So like I said, if you want to make it a little bit more exciting, you can use different sauces and you can use different seasonings. Cook it in a way that makes it suit you. But at the end of the day, there will be some sacrifice. But I don't even want you to worry about how this is going to taste. I want you to think about the fact that you could lose 5 pounds a week by eating like this. So if I was overweight and I wanted to get a 6-pack fast as possible, I would eat this every single day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It'd be chicken breast and vegetables. I wouldn't care about the taste. I would care more so about the goal. So this is how we want to eat. That's number one. The next thing we need to cover is the cardio. So once we have the eating right, now we need to start doing some cardio. I recommend we do 60 minutes of cardio every day. I like to set my alarm and wake up early and do my 60 minutes of cardio as soon as I wake up. And for my cardio, I will either walk on the treadmill with an incline, or I'll use the Stairmaster or the elliptical, or I'll use the bike, or I'll just walk outside, or I will walk on my walking pad. Your cardio does not have to be super intense. You just want to be active for 60 minutes a day. In fact, if you are a beginner, you can walk for 60 minutes, walk slow, talk on the phone, watch TV while you do your cardio. You just want to make it a habit of you doing 60 minutes a day. This will save, I'm good, babe, I'm not crying or nothing. This will save your life. Okay, like I paused and like I really want this to land for you. There are some of you that are watching me right now and you really want to lose weight. You really want to get toned. You really want to build muscle and you don't know where to start. And you feel stuck and you just need help. If you do this, you will lose weight. You're going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you are going to eat meat with vegetables. And if you want to snack, you will snack on fruit. And then on top of that, do 60 minutes of cardio every day. If you just do those two things alone, you will lose body fat. I guarantee you will lose body fat if you just do those two simple things that I just stated. It is not that complicated. Do that, I promise. I bet every single dollar in my bank account that if you do that, you will lose weight. Now, let's move on to the third piece that we need to cover. Once you are eating right and you're doing your cardio, you are going to lose weight. But we want to build muscle while we are losing weight. So what do I need to do in order to build my muscle up while I'm losing weight? This is how you get that toned look. This is how you lose the gut and grow your butt. This is how you lose the fat and you build the muscles and you look like an action figure and you look good when you take your clothes off. This is how you build muscle. Okay? What do we need to do? We need to start lifting weights. I recommend you can do 2 days a week of weightlifting, or you can lift weights for 4 days a week. Either way, this is how we want to split it up. You want to do 1 day where you train your lower body, where you're doing things like squats and lunges. You're doing exercises that are going to target your lower body muscles, pretty much your legs and your glutes, your lower body. The other day, you're going to focus on training your upper body muscles, where you do exercises like push-ups or bicep curls or tricep extensions. You're doing exercises to grow your upper body muscles. So if you're going to train 2 days a week, 1 day is lower body and 1 day is upper body. If you're going to lift weights 4 days a week, then 2 days is lower body and 2 days is upper body. And that's how we want to structure our weightlifting. Now, if you are a beginner, do not overcomplicate it. Go to the gym 4 days a week, and you're going to do 2 exercises for your lower body, 2 days out the week. And then on the other 2 days, you're going to do 2 exercises for your upper body. Keep it simple, just like that. Do not overcomplicate it. If you can stick to this whole big picture, if you can eat 3 meals a day, if you can eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you eat a meat with vegetables, and if you eat anything outside of meat and vegetables, you eat fruit, and then you make sure you do 60 minutes of cardio every day, and you lift weights 4 days a week, you will lose fat and build muscle. Now, on top of this, I do recommend that you weigh yourself every day. Why do I say weigh yourself every day? It's going to hold you accountable. And when you stick to this plan and you're losing weight quickly, if you weigh yourself every day, that is going to keep you motivated so that you keep on following the plan. All right. Weighing yourself every day, it keeps you motivated. If you are messing up on your diet and you weigh yourself, it's going to cause you to refocus. It's going to put some more pressure on you, causing you to get back on track. Here's a story. I was speaking to a woman the other day. One second, I'm going to record this. I was speaking to a woman the other day. People are funny. Somebody said this looks like toy food.
Toy food is what we
Oh my goodness. Now let's be serious. Let me be clear. You know, I'm gonna ignore people that are trolling. I'm only talking to the people who really want to lose weight. Earlier today, I was at my barber, and the barber that was cutting my hair, I don't even know your name, but cool guy. He told me that he does not like vegetables, and in that moment, I realized I'm like, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, good luck. I can just say what I would do. I can just say what to do. I don't try to convince anybody to do anything. You either follow the instructions or you don't. Doesn't matter to me. Now, anyway, back to the story. I was speaking to a woman. Dang, I forgot. What was I even talking about?
You were talking about like weight loss and when we with our residents.
When we what?
With our residents.
Hold on, let me see.
We're talking about weight loss on Sunday. That's the chapter we're in now.
Okay, yeah, I got it. I was speaking to a woman the other day, and she told me the reason why she joined my program is because she was out with her cousins and they all took a photo. And she saw the photo and she didn't realize how big she had gotten before. But her seeing that she looked 100 pounds heavier was the thing that inspired her to reach out for help. And I told her, imagine if you would have came to me when you gained 5 pounds instead of letting yourself gain 100 pounds. She would have been in a much better position. This is why weighing yourself daily is so powerful, because you are able to see when you start to gain weight immediately. This way, you can put a stop to it when you only gain 5 pounds instead of you gaining 50 pounds. I personally have weighed myself every single day for the last 13 years. I mean, I missed a few days, here and there, but pretty much I weigh myself every single day. That is a daily habit. As soon as I wake up, I weigh myself. This way, I never let myself slip too far off track. If I see that I gained 5 pounds, I tighten up the diet. This is why I recommend weighing yourself every day. I also recommend taking a progress photo of your body every single week. For the same principle applies. If you are taking photos of yourself, you're able to see that you are gaining weight, so you're able to get back on track immediately. The other thing I recommend you do is you track your calories. Many people think that they are eating healthy, and if they start tracking their calories, they'll see where they're messing up. They'll notice how all the little extra calories from the snacks are creeping in. And when you bring awareness to something, then you can actually fix it. If you don't know how many calories you're eating, if you don't know what you're eating, it's hard for me to help you. It's hard for you to help you. If I ask you, how do you eat in a day, and you can't give me anything concrete, it's very hard for me to tell you what to do. It's hard for you to tell yourself what to do. So this is the plan that we want to follow if we want to begin losing weight. I hope this helped you guys out. I'm going to do a quick recap for anyone else that may have just joined in. Okay. So number one, if you want to lose weight, the first thing we need to cover is how we are going to eat. Now, we want to eat 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Each one of our meals should be 5 to 9 ounces of protein with a side of vegetables. So you are going to need a food scale. You are going to have an empty plate on your food scale, and you are going to put 9 ounces of protein on the plate. If you're a woman, you can do 5 or 6 ounces of protein on your plate. And I recommend you do 5 to 9 ounces of cooked protein. Don't weigh it raw, weigh it out after it's cooked. After you put the amount of protein that you need on your plate, then you can add as many vegetables as you want to your meal. The reason why I don't care how many vegetables you add is because vegetables are very low in calories. So I like to add a lot of vegetables because it helps me stay full and it stops me from craving snacks later on in the day. And if I need a snack on top of this, I will snack on fruit or I'll have a protein bar. So that's rule number one. If we want to lose weight quickly, this is how we want to structure our meals. The next thing is we need to be doing 60 minutes of cardio every day. Now for your cardio, you can walk or you can use the treadmill, walk on the treadmill with an incline, or you can get on the Stairmaster, or you can get on the elliptical, or you can get on the bike, or you can just walk outside. It does not have to be intense, but you just want to be intentional and make sure you get in 60 minutes a day. It does not even have to be all at once. You can do 30 minutes of cardio when you wake up, then you can do 30 minutes of cardio at the end of the day. And I recommend you try to make it fun. Talk on the phone while you do your cardio. Watch your favorite podcast or watch Netflix or watch YouTube while you do your cardio. But just get into the habit of doing 60 minutes of physical activity every single day. Now, like I said, if we can eat like this and we can do 60 minutes of cardio every day, this, for somebody that is watching this or listening to me, this might save your life. This might be the plan that finally helps you lose 20, 50, 100 pounds. This is the plan that helped me lose 100 pounds in 6 months. I ate chicken breast and vegetables twice a day, and I did cardio every morning, and I did cardio every evening. That was the plan that changed my life, and I know that it can change your life. So if you are struggling, I want you to give this a shot for the next month. The final thing I want to go over is making sure you're lifting weights 2 to 4 days a week. Why do we lift weights? So that you can build muscle while you are losing body fat. I recommend you split it up like this. Half of your time in the gym is spent on your lower body. The other half is spent on your upper body. So if you're going to the gym 4 days a week, 2 days you do lower body exercises. The other 2 days you're going to do upper body exercises. So that's pretty much how, that's pretty much the big bulk of everything. Now you know exactly how to eat. You know exactly how to do your cardio, and you know that you need to go into the gym and work out 2 to 4 days a week. And if you can start doing that, you will lose fat and you'll build muscle. And it's simple. It's simple. The biggest thing now is just committing to it. The biggest thing now, just like, if I needed to lose a lot of weight, the mindset you got to have is I will do whatever it takes for me to get to my goal. I don't care what my friends is going to do. I don't care what people are going to say. I don't care if people are going to laugh at me. I don't care if the food is going to be boring. Focus on your goal. Give this a shot. It'll get you to where you want to be. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to open up for a little bit of Q&A. I'm going to take calls, or I'll just answer some questions from the comment section. Matter of fact, we'll do both. So if you want to call in on TikTok, you can request to come up, and then I will bring you up. Now, for everybody that wants one-on-one fitness coaching, do me a favor and text the word coach to this number. Text coach to 516-212-9162 for fitness coaching. Text coach to 516-212-9162 for fitness coaching. All right, the number is on the screen. If anybody here wants one-on-one fitness coaching, text the word coach to the number that is on the screen. Now, we have a good question that just came in from Gina, or what is that? Is it Gina Artemis? Okay, so Gina asks, does this work for women in perimenopause? Yes, Gina, it does. This applies to you as well, too. As a woman who's going through perimenopause, if you want to lose fat and build muscle, the first thing I want you to start doing is have 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Each one of those meals is going to be 5 to 6 ounces of a protein source like chicken breast, paired up with as many vegetables as you want. And if you want to snack, you can snack on fruit. On top of eating like that, I want you to do 60 minutes of cardio every day and lift weights 2 to 4 days a week. 2 days should be spent on lower body workouts. The other 2 days should be spent on upper body workouts. And you will lose weight. And you will be overall healthier. So yes, Gina, this plan will definitely work for you as well. Now, I know a lot of people want to make sure that this advice is going to be relevant to them. And I can guarantee you that what I just said is going to be relevant to everybody. But feel free to ask your questions, and I'll just go through it one by one with all of you. All right, guys? Can I snack on dates? I'm not really a big fan of dates because they're very high in sugar. If you snack on a little bit of dates, then yes, you can snack on dates. Just don't overdo it. Can we have zero sugar soda? Yes, you can. So you can have diet soda. Why? Because if you look on the back of it, it says it is 0 calories. So this is excellent if you're trying to lose body fat because it will not add any calories to your daily caloric intake. To keep it simple, you could drink 10 gallons of this a day and it will not make you gain any body fat. It's 0 calories. Now, if you drink 10 gallons of diet soda a day, you will unfortunately pass away, but you won't pass away from what's in the diet soda. You'll pass away from the amount of water that you would be intaking. So long story short, you can drink diet soda if you're trying to lose body fat. Jell-O pudding, yes, Jell-O is fine. Most Jell-Os are very low in calories, so that's an excellent snack choice. I lost almost 25 pounds just by taking your advice. Good job, Bree. Good job. I love it. How many people in here have lost weight by following the advice that I have given you? Do you think it's possible to lose 47 to 50 pounds in 5 to 6 months if you're only doing the treadmill? Yes, Illy, it is possible for you to lose 47 to 50 pounds over the next 5 to 6 months if the only exercise you are doing is the treadmill. If you're doing the treadmill for 60 minutes a day and you're walking with a slight incline, so you don't even have to be running. If you're just doing that for 60 minutes a day and you are following a meal plan where you are eating 3 meals a day, every meal needs to be 5 to 9 ounces of meat with vegetables. If you can do that consistently, you will lose body fat. And you cannot be snacking crazy and no cheat meals as well too. You can lose 47 to 50 pounds over the next 5 to 6 months. Like I said, this is what I did. I was struggling with losing weight for years. And I was exercising. I was going to the gym. I was an athlete my whole life. I was always strong. I did not start losing weight until I started eating correctly. And the way that I started eating that helped me lose weight quickly, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months by following the advice that I'm giving you now. I prioritize meat and vegetables. So do that. Should I watch my sodium intake while in a calorie deficit? Yes, you should watch your sodium intake. Now, I'm not even too pressed about it if you don't. So you should watch your sodium intake. You don't want it to be crazy high, but for most people, if you start eating protein and vegetables and you just have a responsible amount of sodium, you will be fine. The people who really have to worry about this are people who have high blood pressure. Then you definitely want to watch your sodium intake. But if you're young, that's not really a big concern of mine. Today, I was at the barbershop and they were actually talking about that. And somebody said, so long story short, I said, hey, if you want to lose weight quickly, eat meat and vegetables, eat healthy foods. And he was telling me, he said, I heard that I don't really want to eat healthy because I can't eat too much sodium. What did you eat for lunch yesterday? Oh, I had chicken nuggets and fries. Let's move on. Can you exercise for, let's say, 30 minutes, but at a higher intensity? Yes, you can exercise for 30 minutes. If you can't do 60 minutes of cardio a day, and you decide to do 30 minutes of cardio a day instead, because that's more realistic for you, and you can be consistent with that, I would rather you do that. What if you are in the UK for one-on-one coaching? If you're in the UK, I can still work with you. If you're in the UK, message me directly here on TikTok. I've lost 30 pounds by using your advice. So Michael says, I have lost 30 pounds by using your advice. How many people here would like to lose 30 pounds? How many people here would like to lose 30 pounds? Say me. Say me in the comment section if you would like to lose 30 pounds of body fat. Carrie says, I lost 50 pounds in 6 months. I love it. Me. Okay, I got it. For all the people out there that would like to lose 30 pounds of body fat over the next 3 months, this is what I want you to focus on. I want you to start eating 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For your breakfast, you can have either a protein shake or you can have egg whites with vegetables. And then for your lunch and dinner, you're going to eat this. You're going to eat 5 to 9 ounces of chicken breast with the side of vegetables, and you're only going to snack on fruit. That's part 1. Part number 2, you're going to do 60 minutes of cardio every day or 30 minutes of cardio, and that can just be you walking. The final part is I want you to lift weights for 2 to 4 days a week, 30 minutes apiece. And if you can follow that, you will be able to lose 30 pounds over the next 3 months, possibly even quicker than that. He needs to take questions from YouTube. I'm down 15 pounds. Great job, Bobby. It's the 3rd week I've been doing this now. Love it. Me, I'm currently 213 pounds. Does it have to be mixed vegetables? I like broccoli, string beans, cucumbers, lettuce, tomatoes, peppers. Okay. It does not have to be mixed vegetables. It can be any vegetable that you want. So you see here, I always say we want to do meat with vegetables. So I have chicken breast and mixed vegetables here. You don't have to do the mixed veggies. You can do any vegetable that you want. So if it's broccoli, if it's spinach, if it is string beans, all of those are amazing options. If you don't want to do chicken breast and you want to do fish instead, or ground beef, or ground turkey, or shrimp, you can do that as well. We just want to do meat with vegetables. Now, a few things to look out for is this is how we do not want to cook our food if we're trying to lose body fat. We don't want to fry our food. We don't want to pour a lot of grease on our food. We don't want to add a lot of butter to our food. We want it to be on the drier side. So you can use cooking spray. You want to cook your food on the stove top. You want to air fry it. You want to bake it. You want to grill it. You can even boil it if that's what you're into. I wonder if we could include a beef stick and cheese for a snack. Yes, you can. Beef sticks, pause, are actually very low in calories and generally speaking higher in protein. So yes, a beef stick is an amazing snack for fat loss. Pause. I cook my food in cooking spray. Life changer, man. It's no calories. Yes, so cooking spray is amazing. Now, for all of my people that use cooking spray, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. When you're using cooking spray, we want to make sure that we are being careful of how much cooking spray we're using. If you look on the back of it, the serving size will say it's 3/5 of a second or 1/5 of a second. So when you use cooking spray, you're supposed to hold it down for like a split second, like tss. How many of you actually hold it down like this? So you want to just use a little bit of it, because if you hold it down too long, you are adding more oil, and that does have a lot of calories. Do we have to count calories if we're only eating vegetables and protein? I recommend you count your calories. I recommend you do the whole shebang. You should count your calories. You should weigh yourself. You should weigh your food. You should take photos of everything. Why? Because what gets measured can get improved. What you don't measure, you can't really fix. So you want to track everything you're doing. You want to be data driven. You should be able to tell me exactly how many calories you're eating, how many grams of protein you're eating. Now, as a beginner, that might seem overwhelming, but once you start, it gets very easy. And also it allows me to help you better. So I do recommend going the extra mile and tracking your calories. Will this work for intermittent fasting? Yes, it will work if you're doing intermittent fasting. Now, I usually tell people don't even worry about intermittent fasting. This is my stance on intermittent fasting. You tell me what your goal is. You say, I want to lose 30 pounds in 3 months. I'm going to tell you this is what you eat. You're going to eat 3 meals a day, and each meal is going to be meat with vegetables. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't care what time you eat your meals. I don't care what time you eat your meals. Now, if you want to do intermittent fasting, that just means you're going to eat all 3 meals within a 8-hour window. But here's the thing. It does not matter when you eat all 3 meals. It's not going to have any effect on how much body fat you lose. You could space your meals out, or you could shrink them all together. If you are eating the same food and the same amount of total calories, you don't have to worry about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a strategy that could help you be in a calorie deficit, because if I can only eat from 12 to 8, for the most part, hopefully that means we're going to eat less calories. But that's not always the case. If I'm only eating from 12 to 8, but I'm eating trash from 12 to 8, I could still gain weight. When I go to my favorite meal, like you, like chicken breast, meat, pause. Huh? OJ. When I go to my favorite meal, like you, like chicken breast, meat, I don't even understand what you mean. Chicken breast with veggies. I'm guessing you're saying your favorite meal is chicken breast with veggies. Oh, this is my go-to meal as well too. Now, this ain't my favorite thing to eat. You know, I was telling this to somebody earlier today too. Like, healthy people don't who really enjoys eating chicken breast and veggies over a burger? Now, mentally, I might say I like this more than fast food because I know all the benefits and it gives me mental clarity and I have no brain fog. But if we're talking about pure taste, I'd be lying to you if I said this is going to be the greatest thing, the greatest tasting food on earth. Nah, it's not. But we do it anyway because we care about the goal. You know, I can deal with being hungry for a few months. I could deal with eating boring food for a little while if it's going to get me to my goal. The same way if I want to be successful in life, I can deal with a little bit of discomfort for me to get to where I want to be. So that is the mindset that we need to have when it comes to this. We need to understand, where do we want to go? What is my goal? My goal is to lose 100 pounds. Cool. Now, this is the plan that I'm going to follow to lose 100 pounds. And I am going to follow my plan regardless of how I feel, regardless of what people are going to say, regardless of the temptation, how the temptation may come and go, regardless of my feelings and emotions. That's how you be successful at anything. You set your sights on your target, you create a plan that you're going to follow, and you stick to the plan, and you do not negotiate with whether or not you follow the plan. Coach, do you meditate at all? No. Just saw your podcast on how you lost 100 pounds, man. Thanks. I'm sorry about your neighbor too, about her heart attack. My condolences. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so I'll tell you guys the story real quick about how I got started into like fitness. So when I was younger, I was overweight and I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. Right? Like, I was fed up. I was sick and tired of being fat. I said, you know, I want to lose this weight. I want to lose the weight. I don't care. So this is what I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat chicken breast and vegetables twice a day. And then I did my cardio twice a day. So I would jog every morning and I would jog every evening. And occasionally I would go to the gym and lift weights with my friends. But I ate this every single day for 6 months and I was consistent. No cheat meals, no nothing, no deviations at all. And I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. After I lost 100 pounds, everybody that saw me running, all of my neighbors, they all saw that I lost weight because I lost it so quickly and I had a six pack. My neighbor, she asked me, hey, can you train me? You got to help me get in shape. So I'm excited, I'm knocking on the door. You ready? She said, oh, tomorrow. Knocked on the door again. You ready? She, kind of said, no, tomorrow. After me doing that a few times, I kind of just said, oh, whatever. Like, I'm not going to keep asking. I don't think she wants to do it. A few months later, she passed away from a heart attack. And the thought that kept on haunting me was, if I would have just kept on pushing, like if I could have just got her to walk for 5 minutes a day, if I could have just got her to start eating just one healthy meal a day, maybe she wouldn't have died. Maybe, you never know, but like maybe if she would have just made a small change, maybe that would have saved her life. So I say all of that to say this. Don't wait. Get started now. You don't know what the future may hold for you. You making small changes to your diet could literally save your life. Start small. Like, eat a healthy breakfast. Eat a healthy lunch. Change one meal if you don't have a full meal plan. If you're on the fence and you're like, oh, I'm going to start next year, or I'm going to start now. Start now. Because I could tell you this, like all the people I talk to that say, oh, I'm going to start in the future. Once that emotion dies down, like they never do it. If right now, if you feel like a pull on your heart that's telling you need to work out and you need to get on the diet, start immediately, because it does not get easier if you keep on putting it off. If you feel motivated to go to the gym tonight and to start dieting right now, you need to commit to it, get some accountability set in place, and you got like commit to the change. You know, that's like my message for all the people out there that need to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? A few weeks ago, I was talking to a guy in his 30s. It was right here on live too. He was 550 pounds, cool guy. I gave him a plan. I told him like start immediately. And he was saying like, what about, like my kids, they like their snacks. And I said, man, you are in a state of emergency right now. Don't let nothing stop you from getting in shape. Forget them kids. Forget their snacks. You gotta go you gotta imagine somebody got a gun to your head and they're saying you gotta get in shape immediately or else that's it. And that's how I want everybody here to treat their fitness. Like treat it like it's life or death. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing, take you off course. Don't let no excuses stop you from getting to where you want to be. Nothing. Well, I don't, the diet's going to be, who cares if the diet's going to be hard? Who cares if your kids want snacks? Who cares if the gym membership is more expensive than you would like it to be? You treat it like it's an emergency, and that'll be the biggest and the best investment you could ever make into yourself. Getting in shape and living longer on this earth. I think a lot of times we neglect our health until we get sick. You know what I'm saying? Like fitness is not important. Being able to move pain-free, being able to have a healthy heart, being able to have good blood sugar, being able to be sensitive to insulin, all of that stuff is we take for granted until we struggling. So don't let that be you. Get started immediately today. Let's get back into some more questions. Matter of fact, I do want to take a few serious callers here on TikTok. So if you want to call in, please be my guest and request to come up. I'm not going to bite you. Usually people are nervous to, request to come up until they hear me talking to at least one person. So let's get started with that. If you are somebody who's not shy, you just want to, call in, we'll do some live coaching here and I'll do my best to help you get to your goal. Right? I'm listening to this as I'm currently at the gym. This is motivating. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Ty. Good job. Good job. Should you fast while trying to do a calorie deficit? No, you shouldn't fast. You should just get a meal plan and just eat what's in your meal plan. So when I'm talking to somebody and they tell me I want to lose weight, let me use myself. If I'm like, hey, I need to lose weight, I'm not worried about fasting or none of that. The first thing I'm worried about is getting a meal plan. So I need to know what am I going to eat for breakfast, for lunch, and dinner? What specifically am I going to eat? Once I have my meal plan, now I just follow the meal plan. That's the only thing I'm thinking about when it comes to losing body fat. Having the meal plan and you just sticking to it. All right, let's see. Come on. Should I track my macros while in a calorie deficit? Yes, you should. You should. You want to know how many grams of protein you're eating. You want to know how many calories you're eating. You want to know how many grams of fat you're eating, how many grams of carbs you're eating. You want to know all of this information. Now, the only two numbers that really are going to mean something to you are your protein and your calories. As you get more advanced, then the fats will matter more, and then even the carbs will matter even more. But that's as you get more advanced. But you should be tracking everything now. Because I will say this, my clients that see the best results, these are the ones that track everything. So any type of veggies with the protein? Yes. Any type of veggies with the protein? Yeah. What would you do to avoid failing and avoid cravings when you first start? Okay. So the first thing I would do is not have anything that will tempt me in my home. So that's the first thing. The next thing is I would make sure that I cook all of my food in advance and I have it meal prepped. So this is an example of a meal prep. All I have to do to make this ready to eat is just warm this up in the microwave. So you just want to find ways to make it more convenient for you to eat the food that you're supposed to. So number one, you prepare it in advance. You have it already ready to go. All you have to do is throw it in the microwave. And then number two, you have to find ways to make it harder for you to eat the bad foods. So what makes it harder for you to eat junk food? Don't buy it. I was hungry earlier today and I opened my fridge like 20 times, but I have no junk food in there. I have oranges. I only have fruit and oranges, so that's the like. If I'm gonna cheat on my diet, I'm gonna cheat on my diet with strawberries and oranges. So if you don't have unhealthy food there, then you can't eat the unhealthy food. That just makes it easier for yourself. The next thing is, I try, especially just starting out, I would stay away from anything that would tempt me. So if you going to your family's house is going to tempt you, I would stay away from my family when I first start this. If me going to the movies is going to tempt me, I would not go to the movies for the first month. You want to start to get some traction and get some momentum going, like lose your first 5 to 10 pounds. Let it become easy for you to follow the diet before you start intentionally making it harder on yourself. So let me kind of make this real for you, right? Let's say, let's say back when I lost weight, right? I'm eating my chicken breasts and my veggies. And then I go to my grandma's house. And every time I go to grandma's house, she's like, here, eat this cake. I'm like, no, grandma, I don't want to eat that. I'm trying to lose weight. No, here, eat this cake. Like, that would be my last time seeing grandma for like 5 months until I lost the weight. You know, a little bit of humor, but yeah. What about the family I live with? The same rules apply. Like, same rules apply. Now, are you the head of the household or are you the child? Because I'll tell you what, like, if I had kids and I needed to lose weight, I don't care about them having snacks. They're going to eat what I eat. They're going to eat egg whites and spinach. They're going to eat chicken breasts and veggies. They're going to eat ground beef and veggies. I don't care about none of that because I got to lose weight. I'm, tough. Yeah, so that would be my mindset. And when I was growing up, my mom had me do things that I did not want to do all the time. And I survived. Is the meal plan the same for a 4 a.m. workout? Is the meal plan the same for so if you work out at 4 a.m., chances are you're going to work out before you eat your first meal. So if you work out and then you have your breakfast, then yeah, you can do the same thing. You can do your workout and then you can have your protein and veggies for your breakfast, or you can have a protein shake for your breakfast. So same rules apply. How do I contact you? I'm trying to lose 30 to 40 kilos. So for anyone here that wants one-on-one coaching, you can text the word coach to the number that you see right here on the screen. So don't cook with avocado oil. Yes, you can cook with avocado oil. Just be mindful of how much avocado oil you're cooking with. So don't cook, you don't want to drown your food in oil. That's going to add way too many calories. It's not going to be good for fat loss then. You just want to, matter of fact, you should use avocado cooking spray. So you can spray the pan real quick, just hit it with a little bit of avocado oil. Even I've seen people spray their food with avocado oil using the spray. So they just hit it with a little spritz, like a little. So look, this is an example of avocado oil spray right here. So if I wanted to add a little bit of oil to my food, right, I would just hit it with a little spritz like that. And then you could season your food and throw it in the microwave, warm it up. I have a wedding to go to in 25. What can I do to lose at least 30 pounds? Do you mean you have a wedding to go to in 25 days? Is that what you're saying? What's the best protein shake? They're all good. I can't say one is the best. Now, the ones that I like, the protein shakes that I like Premier Protein. Those are pre-made protein shakes. You have Lean Body protein shakes. Those are also pre-made, so you don't got to make them or nothing. You just open it and then you drink it. If you want to use a protein powder, you can use one called Proto-Lite. Protolyte. Proto-Lite. You know, prototype? This is Proto-Lite. And when you make that protein shake, you put 2 scoops of it in a blender, some sugar-free almond milk, you just blend it up, tastes really good. And the protein is high. Rise is also a good one. Everybody that has a good protein powder recommendation, just put it in the comment section so everybody else can see it, screenshot it, and then go check it out. Like I said, most protein powders, most protein shakes are going to be good. Do eggs count as meat? Yes, eggs are a protein source. If you want to make the eggs higher in protein, personally, I do egg whites and eggs. So if I'm going to eat eggs, I'll do 1 cup of egg whites with 2 or 3 eggs. Or I might do 2 cups of liquid egg whites and no eggs. I rarely would do eggs by itself. I always do egg whites with the eggs, or I just do egg whites because egg whites have more protein and less calories. Are core protein shakes good? Yes, they're fine. What about a tiny amount of Parlay? I can't believe it's not butter spray, especially on vegetables. If you're using a tiny bit of like any type of cooking spray, generally speaking, that is better than you using a whole lot of oil or butter. So if you're using a little bit of cooking spray, and you're being responsible with it, like you'll be fine, unless it's like, straight up poisonous. Yes, I love Premier Protein. The best. It doesn't taste bad or make me gag. Okay, good. I'm 184 right now. My goal is to lose 29 pounds. Okay, so you want to lose 29 pounds. So what are you doing? Now, if I was you and I wanted to lose 29 pounds as quickly as possible, I would eat 3 meals a day. My first meal would be a protein shake. My lunch and my dinner would be 9 ounces of chicken breast with a side of mixed veggies. I would snack on fruit if I needed a snack in between my meals. I would do 60 minutes of cardio every day. And if I wanted to lose weight even faster, I would do 2 hours of cardio a day. So I would do an hour in the morning and then do an hour in the evening. And I would also work out 3 to 4 days a week. So that's what I would do if I wanted to lose 29, 30 pounds quick, like as quick as possible, like in the next 3 months. That'd be my plan to follow. Yeah. What pre-workout would you recommend to take? So all pre-workouts are fine. I will say this. I use one called, what is it called? I forget the name of it. But like I said, all pre-workouts are fine. But I never take a full serving of pre-workout, especially if I'm just now starting off with taking it. I'll do like a quarter of a scoop. Oh, thank you, babe. So look, this is a good pre-workout. This is the one that I take. It's called Bucked Up. So it's spelled Buckedup. Buckedup. This is the one that I take. You guys can screenshot that really quickly. Now, it comes with a little scoop inside of it, right? I will take like a quarter of a scoop. I'll never take a full serving of pre-workout. I'll just use like maybe half of this or a quarter of it. Anybody watching, it's all true and so simple. It just takes dedication and accountability in a real way. In a real way, 100%. How about if my work is standing and walking all day? So if you're on your feet all day and you're standing a lot, then you don't have to do the cardio. You can just stick to the meal plan, do your workouts. And I recommend you track your weight every day. And if you see that you're not losing weight after like a week or two, then I would start incorporating some cardio as well too. All right, let's start taking some calls. If anybody wants to call in on TikTok, you can request to come up and I will bring you up. So let's do that. And we have 7 minutes and then I'm going to be logging off. So let's do this. Please request to come up. I want to do at least one call before I end today. It's been a while since I took any live calls. You can request to call in and I'm going to do one call today. In the meantime, for anybody here that wants one-on-one fitness coaching, then text the word coach to the number that you see on the screen. It's 516-212-9162. What do you get with one-on-one fitness coaching? Number one, you get a plan where I tell you exactly what you need to do. And then number two, I hold you accountable. So I'm watching what you're eating, making sure you're doing your workouts correctly, making sure that you are weighing in every day. I'm basically giving you what to do and just making sure that you are following the program correctly. All right. Now, fitness coaching is for the person who wants to lose 30, 40, 50, 100 pounds of body fat, and they want to be able to keep it off, and they want to learn to make sure that they can do this correctly. So for more information on how the coaching works, text the word coach to the number that you see on the screen. It's going to then send you a link where you can see all the details, how much. All right, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Let's take a call before we end up signing off for today. Keto, carnivore, keto/carnivore diet, your thoughts, please. It could work. You can do the keto carnivore diet. It could work for you. It could. We just got to make sure the calories are low and the protein is adequate so that you can lose fat and build muscle. Do I weigh myself every morning or every night? Weigh yourself every morning. Now, when you're weighing yourself, you want to pick one time of day and just stick to that time of day every day. So you want to weigh yourself you want to weigh yourself daily and under the same conditions. So if you choose to weigh yourself every day before you eat, as soon as you wake up, then do that every day. Don't weigh yourself early one day and then weigh yourself at night the next day, because then it's different conditions. Like if you weigh yourself later in the day, you have more food in your system. Weigh yourself early in the day, you'll have less food in your system. So you want to be consistent with the time that you pick. I need help losing weight from home, like a routine. So if you want to lose weight from home, right? The first thing that you need to focus on is getting your eating right. So look, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months, and this was like the staple of my diet. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, this is how I ate. Every meal was protein, so meat with vegetables. So for your breakfast, it could be egg whites and vegetables or chicken breasts and vegetables, and you want to eat like that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you need a snack, you can snack on fruit. Next, do 60 minutes of walking every day. So since you're going to be at home, you can walk outside. And if you can't do 60 minutes, try to get in at least 30 minutes. Now, if you're going to be working out, especially if you're working out at home, you can work out 2 to 3 days a week. And you can do exercises like squats, lunges, kneeling push-ups. You can do planks. Work out at home for 20 to 30 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week to start. And that's a good plan that'll help you lose weight. But the number one thing for you to focus on is going to be what you are eating. Because if you eat right and you can get the walking done, you're going to lose weight. The strength training, the workouts, that's just a plus so that you can start to build some muscle and strength as you are losing weight. All right, everybody? Yes, somebody do the call. Let's do this. Like I said, I'm going to do at least one call before I log off. Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing all right. Look, now watch this. Watch 10 other people try to request to come up now. All right, so talk to me. What's going on?
All right, so 27, 254 pounds. Almost 3 weeks ago, I found you on TikTok. Started following your meal plan. I do 4 ounces of chicken, cup of egg whites, 2 eggs every morning, 8 ounces of chicken, and 2 cups of veggies for lunch. And then I do 8 ounces of salmon or ground beef and 2 cups of veggies for dinner every single night. I've lost, 10 pounds already. Just curious. I don't know how much I'm trying to lose. I'm not sure where I want to be at. More so muffin toppy, if you want to say, and love handles. So I'm not quite sure how much weight I want to lose, but that's
Okay.
where we're at so far with your system.
So that's going to be purely dictated by what you see in the mirror. So judging by like your height and your current weight and your age right now, you're like around 250-ish, right? I would say
Yep.
aim to lose 50 pounds following the current meal plan that you're currently following. So aim to lose, like try to get down to 200 pounds. Now, are you lifting weights as well?
Yep. I do 3 days a week lifting weights and slight cardio. I try to do 60 minutes a day, but I'm a diesel mechanic, so
That's
I'm
fine.
outside all day.
So you don't got to just keep doing exactly what you're doing until you have lost 50 pounds. Once you weigh 200 pounds, then you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to see, okay, do you want to continue to lose body fat? Or now, are we lean enough and do we want to start slowly like building more muscle? Right? But at least it sounds like we have at least 50 pounds to go. Now, if you get down to 220 pounds and you're like, oh, I'm lean enough, then you can just transition from being in a deficit to being at calorie maintenance.
Okay. And then so at maintenance, would I still continue what I've been eating at that 14, 15, 1600 calories?
No. So that would have you in a deficit. At maintenance, you would just add in, let's say, 800 to 1,000 calories. So now you'd be eating 2,400 to 2,500 calories. And the only changes that you have to make is now you can add in some more carbs with your meal. So instead of it just being the chicken breast and the 2 cups of vegetables, now you add in a cup of rice and half an avocado. Instead of it just being salmon and veggies, you can add in 1 cup of the pasta. So now you just have more flexibility with your meals. You can add in a protein cookie if you want.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. But yeah,
I
man,
appreciate it.
no problem, man. But keep up the good work. You said you lost 10 pounds over the last 3 weeks?
10 pounds. I weighed myself after 2 weeks, 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
Oh,
I'm trying to go a month without weighing myself, but I got curious after 2.
Gotcha, man. Just keep it up. Keep your head down. Keep working. Look, next time we speak, you probably gonna have a 6-pack.
Hope so.
You got this, man. What's your name?
Dakota.
Oh, nice to meet you, Dakota. My name is Sam.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right. All right, everybody. So that is it for today. That's it for today, everyone. Peace out. God bless you guys. Catch me tomorrow. I'll be going live. Make sure you fill out that application. This way you'll get alerts every time I go live. Peace out.